In 2017, the Nigerian Customs Service says it recorded its highest revenue collection ever, over 1 trillion naira against 770 billion target it set for same year. When such pronouncements are made, it's instructive to know that such funds or revenue comes from duties paid at the various points of entry for goods entering into the country known as cargoes. At the heart of these collections for the Nigeria Customs Service or by the Nigeria Customs Service is a group of practitioners called freight forwarders or trade facilitators. They were popularly called clearing and forwarding agents. Invariably, they play a huge role in revenue collection for Nigeria. Our community reports this week is about these guys described variously. It promises to be unraveling. I'm your host, Olu Phillips. Welcome. When the concept and buzz about Global Village started crystallizing, it sounded very opaque. However, it didn't require too much time before that began to have a foothold on countries of the world. It simply meant that no one country can go all the haul without acquiring something, some goods, services, expertise, warheads, technology, name it. So no one could and can boast of being self-sufficient in all things, so they decided to deal, Nigeria inclusive. That dealing somewhat explains the concept of international trade, often linked to globalization. According to the World Trade Organization, for instance, the tremendous growth of international trade over the past several decades has been the primary cause of globalization. The volume of world trade increased 27-fold from $396 billion in 1950 to about $8 trillion in 2005. Nigeria was part of that volume. These things don't just happen. They are practitioners trained either by the books or by hands on deck in facilitation of these items that move from point A country to point B. For many years in Nigeria, they were referred to as clearing and forwarding agents, a derogatory appendage that describes them in bad light. So we start by asking, who exactly are the clearing and forwarding agents?
They are not actually clearing, they are called freight forwarders or trade facilitators. Okay. Custom officers are not custom, they are trade facilitators. They help process goods that are in custom custody. They are the middlemen between the importer and the governmental agencies.
These guys, they perform extremely important function. I call them the philosopher king of the Nigerian transport system. They arrange for the clearance of goods from the ports and sometimes also arrange for the logistics to deliver the product. So they are the in-between between the exporter and the importer.
It's a Nigerian thing because internationally what they call us is purely custom brokers or consolidators or freight forwarders. Custom brokers means that you are licensed and you're working under the custom ambit, under custom certification. Then freight forwarding can be, okay, you freight goods from one point A to another point B. You might not be licensed by customs, but you have the authority to freight those goods. Then consolidators are those who are actually holding bay for the warehousing of the goods and holding out for the importers or the consignates, depending when they want to take the goods. So putting them together, Nigerians, you know, the syndrome of clearing and forwarding agents. I don't think Nigeria has given us a good name on that. But what can we do? We are trying to do things right to make things work better and put our names straight. Call us custom brokers of freight forwarders. This is a pure local reasonings of our Nigerians, where they look at people and say, oh, this is a clearing agent who does nothing but not licensed, actually doing things they want to do at the ports. Some even call us wharf rats. So these are the names they have given a profession that is so internationally recognized.
Because of the presumed derogatory nature of the business, people don't, even those that are doing it, don't want to be associated with it. I am proud of what I'm doing because it doesn't define me. And like my father used to tell me, the dirty job is where the money is. Not many people know. If you have a terminal or you are an agent, whether you are clearing a one container or a pallet, if you have license and office and integrity, you'll be like somebody selling pure water. You may not sell a van of pure water, but people will always come to buy pure water. That means that money will always be entering your pocket. And that is how the old money is made. It doesn't come in billions. It's not that you know billions. I tell you the truth, when first I entered business, I was so scared to write a check for $1 million. The first time I was told to write a check for $1 million, I wrote 500,000 in 2 checks. I said, no, $1 million is too much for me. Today, when I was chairman of African Petroleum, I remember they brought a check for $5 billion for me to sign, and I said, no, I won't sign. Tell my MD to sign. It's just a mindset.